Alright, I'm Dennis Barrett, and I did a few Whitney Loop trips in upstate New York in the Adirondacks. This is Tupper Lake, Cranberry Lake, Little Tupper Lake down here. And we'll quickly go through those. So, the Whitney Loop kind of looks like this. The first time I did it, came out of Tupper Lake, up here to Bog River Falls, around the Little Tupper Lake, over here to Lowe's, down the Bog River, and done. I did that in 3 days. One year I did it in 2 days as an up and back for training for the 90. Mostly everything is training for the 90 miler. So I came up here, camped overnight, came back. That was 2 days. I did a 5-day trip, the extended one, which is a lot of fun. And we are going to do this basically the same thing, come around like this, come up to Lowe's Lake, but comes over here to campsite 34, to the Oswegatchie River, down and around into Cranberry Lake, and then takes this really long portage back into Lowe's and back again. Let's do that excuse me, in detail now. So, we're here in Tupper Lake, right? They have this nice boat launching site here, but you can't leave your car there. But there is a launch or a place to park here. So if you want to, you can just come in here. We come to Bog River Falls right here. So you get off on the right side of the falls. This is very steep to get up here, right? And there's a guardrail right at the top. And so it's kind of treacherous through there to get up that. And then you come right across near the parking lot. There's a campsite right there, or picnic area. And there's a place to put in right there. And then it comes above the falls. And then basically you come up Bog River Falls. You come to the confluence. This is Bog River Falls. This is the Round Lake outlet. And you come up here. And then we have the nice portage up into Round Lake. Follow Round Lake, go around here to Tupper Lake, or Little Tupper Lake. Come around into Rock Pond. And from Rock Pond we have a portage in the Hardigan Pond. I came across a moose here, or the moose came across me one early morning, and decided instead of going across my hammock, it decided to go into the lake, come across and go through here like this. And if you ever heard a T-Rex going through the woods, well, most of us haven't, but that's what, imagine what it would sound like. And then I continued this way, up in here, Little Simon. Now this area here was in contention at one time, and when it was open, I actually took that and came in here to get into Single Shanty, right? But there's a portage coming this way, you can get in, right? Bunch of campsites in Lake Loyal. You can actually drive here. You come in here, then just walk this short little section down. That's a kind of a long road from wherever it comes from. We did that once. All right, so come up to here, and then you're going to portage. This is kind of a rocky place to get into. And don't miss the little cutoff here, otherwise you keep going a little too far and you come to a dead end. And there's just a little bridge here, so you get out, and then you're portaging along the railroad tracks, which is kind of fun. And then you get off into Clear Lake, Bog River, come up all the way around. Campsite 34 right here is a good place to come. I left some gear here because for the next 2 days I didn't want to carry anything extra, so extra food and stuff I left here. Then you carry to Deer Pond, and you keep coming down and around to Oswegatchie. And the Oswegatchie, this is very squiggly. Lots of beaver dams. Fortunately going down, so it makes it a lot easier. Going up them, it would have been a real pain. You're going to want to spend a lot of time here at High Falls. Fun place to just, even I had to stop and take pictures and do everything there. And then the rest of this is fun. A lot of people come down here to drive to Inlet, paddle up here to High Falls, and then go back again. That's, imagine would be a fun trip to do. I kind of like doing loops, so when you get to Inlet, there's a bunch of rapids right here, so you have to portage along a large section of that before you put back in again and into Cranberry Lake. Come around the Cranberry Lake, and now we're coming up to the mother of all portages here, and this is a really long one here. All right, so this is the reason why I didn't want to carry any extra stuff. So then you back into Deer Pond and Lowe's Lake, come back to campsite 34-ish area where you left your stuff, and then you continue on. This area at night is really interesting. It gets so dark that it's really difficult to find your way through some of these spots. You can be right on it and not see where to punch through at. Even my GPS says, this is where you're supposed to go. I'm looking, 20 feet away, I still couldn't see it until basically I had to be right along the shore and find my way in. And I camped over here once because I came through here at night, and I couldn't find my way across the floating bog, which is right there. Sometimes it's open on the left side on this side, sometimes it's not, and then you just have to go into the right side, and I just dragged my canoe across with everything in it, and it was wet and mucky, but very interesting. And then you're into Hitchens Pond, but here's Lowe's Upper Dam. Kind of fun. You want to kind of explore around there some, and maybe go take the hike up on the Lowe's Ridge right in there. Then into Bog River. Lowe's Lower Dam is very popular. Lots of people want to paddle this area coming into Lowe's Lake and whatnot. Difficult parking, but you're not staying there. You're going to continue on. So you go to the right side of the dam, go down a steep little section there and put it into the river here. And there's going to be a bunch of small takeouts and carries, portages to get around stuff, go through trees, stuff like that. And then we're down to Split Rock and Powell's Falls. Really interesting place to be at. You're going to want to spend some time there too. Around Powell's Falls is kind of, you may want to scout that before you just drag your boat down in there, find out where the path is. And then once you come down here, one year I decided to, instead of take this carry that's right here, I lined my boat the whole way down. And where it got deep at, I just basically just pushed off and hung onto the boat and swam it across until I can touch again and work my way all the way down to here. Once you're here, it's a simple trip back down to this area. This is a really fun spot too, by the way. You want to bring some friends. This is a very pretty area, and it's really easy to put in there, really easy to get to. Very, not too many people know about it, and it just makes a nice, neat little area to paddle to. You can just paddle up and paddle back. Then you can go play on the rock slides there at the falls and take a bunch of pictures. All right, once you're here, I try to make sure I'm back here before it gets dark, because I can paddle the rest of this at nighttime, and no big deal. This rest of this is, there's some rocks here and there, and it's just nice to not hit the rocks. All right, so, and we're back. So that is the Lowe's, the extended Lowe's trip that I like to do. And hope you get a chance to try it out sometime. You need a proper boat to do this. I use the Placid Boat Works Rapid Fire. Fantastic boat for doing this. I made a portage pack so I can carry all my gear. Everything was a single carry. I've seen people do double carries, triple carries, and that's no fun. So have the right gear, right boat, and this will be a lot of fun for you. All right, enjoy.